just get Jerry Judy out of here. It's not just the poor play. His attitude sucks.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if you guys have seen the video. Obviously I can't hear them, but like it looks like he's kind of barking at Shedeur and they're going over, and then Shedeur comes out post game and he talks about how like it's about trust and they got to get on the same page, which obviously that'll come with more practice and more games played. But like, bro, this is a guy who's playing with only a couple weeks of practice. He's a rookie in his second start. Why don't you try to pick him up? Why don't you encourage him? Like, Justin Jefferson was picking, JJ McCarthy's awful. And you don't hear like Justin Jefferson talking shit on him. Like he's trying to pick him up. Like we got to play. And then there's just Jerry Judy. And Justin Jefferson, by the way, is good at football. Jerry Judy is bad at football. So like if you're going to maybe have a good attitude, if you're going to lead the league in drops 2 years in a row and just essentially never be open or do anything of any good on the football field for us this year, at least have a good positive attitude. Just get him out of here. I'm done.
What's going on in the football world? You need to sit down for this one, because Jerry Judy just learned the hard way what happens when you pick a fight with the wrong person at the wrong moment. And the look of quick regret on his face tells you everything you need to know about the calamity happening in Cleveland. Jerry Judy felt he could scare a rookie quarterback into backing down and taking the disrespect when he got in Shedeur Sanders' face on the sideline. Instead, he got a tutorial in how to stay calm, be a good leader, and be strong mentally, which made Judy look very stupid. This whole thing shows not only Jerry Judy's inadequacies as a teammate and a professional, but also the problems that are affecting the Cleveland Browns organization from top to bottom. Let's go over what happened in detail, because the details show that this was more than just a normal quarrel between teammates on the sidelines.
And one of the biggest things that has to happen is he's got to develop some kind of trust and chemistry with Jerry Judy. We saw that they had the sideline confrontation, but these two guys have to get on the same page. They've got to get it together with each other. And I think what they need to do is spend extra time together this week. I think they need to just let go what happened the other day. We all know that stuff happens in the name of football. That stuff happens on football sidelines all the time, not always captured on camera. But those two guys need to get together this week. They need to text each other back and forth like Amari and Joe Flacco used to be doing all day long. Maybe they should watch some film together. I think that would be helpful. I think they need to talk and communicate. Jerry needs to talk about where he likes the ball placed. Shedeur has such elite accuracy and good ball placement that if Jerry asks for something, Shedeur can deliver that. So I think these guys just need to be very vocal about what they want and need from each other and try to make it work better going forward.
Jerry Judy strode up to Shedeur Sanders with all the intensity of someone who thought they were in charge, someone who thought he could bully a rookie and insult the quarterback because he was a veteran and had a $52 million contract. He came at Shedeur with an attitude, anger, and body language that said, "I'm about to put you in your place." What did Shedeur do? He was as calm as could be, did not move, not scared, didn't display even a hint of the anxiety or doubt that Judy evidently wanted to see. That was when you could see it on Judy's face, the moment she realized what she had done and the second she regretted it. Shedeur Sanders isn't a terrified rookie who will fall apart when a receiver gets mad. Shedeur is a young man who has had to deal with pressure, criticism, and problems his whole life. He is the son of Deion Sanders, which means he grew up in a limelight that would have crushed most people. He played quarterback at Jackson State in Colorado, where he was under a lot of scrutiny that most college players never have to deal with. He has had to cope with national media scrutiny, insults on social media, and people who don't believe in him doubting everything from his arm strength to his ability to lead. Jerry Judy is trying to scare him with some trash talk on the NFL sideline. Shedeur has already been through worse than that. Judy didn't get it, and he definitely wasn't ready for it. But Shedeur Sanders had been carrying the weight of a full season on his shoulders. He's been dealing with an offensive system that doesn't work and play calling that is too safe. He's been struggling with an offensive line that can't always keep him safe. He has been working with a group of receivers where his purported number one option drops and fumbles the ball at the worst conceivable times. He's been addressing questions from the media, which is always trying to get him to say something that may cause trouble. Shedeur has stayed calm, professional, a good leader, and focused on becoming better through all of that. So when Jerry Judy stepped up to start anything, he wasn't up against a novice who was too busy to deal with it. He was up against a contender who had been through a lot of battles and was far worse than a disgruntled receiver throwing a fit. The best part about how Shedeur handled it was that he didn't have to raise his voice. He didn't have to fight. He didn't have to keep up with Jeudy's vigor. He just stood there with that calm confidence that only comes from knowing who you are and what you can do. Jeudy seemed so dumb because of that assurance and absolute belief in himself. Because all of his anger, all of his attitude, and all of his efforts to get Shedeur to lose his cool merely bounced off. Let's speak about what made this fight happen. The backdrop is really important to understand why this is so much more than just one angry moment. Shedeur threw a deep ball to Jerry Judy during the game. It was a route that should have led to a big play, maybe even a touchdown. The ball was in the air and going downfield exactly where it needed to be. And what did Jerry Judy do? He didn't finish the route. He didn't raise his hands. He didn't try at all to high point the football. He seemed to give up on the play halfway through, as if he were just jogging through a drill exercise instead of playing in a real NFL game. What the analysts said about the film was exactly what everyone who saw it could see with their own eyes. If Jeudy had only kept sprinting as fast as he could, put his arms up, and tried even a little bit to get the football, it may have been a touchdown. But he didn't. He quit on the way. And this wasn't a case where the ball was thrown way too far or couldn't be caught. This was a real NFL toss, and the receiver had to execute his job. Jeudy just didn't do it. Now things get pretty intriguing. You know what Shedeur remarked when he was asked about the play after the game? He accepted his part. He talked about chemistry. He talked on when to do things. He said that the team is still working on getting on the same page and growing. He didn't blame Jerry Judy, even though the movie plainly showed Jeudy quitting on the route. That's being a leader. That's being grown up. This is a quarterback looking out for his teammate even when his guy doesn't deserve it. But it seems that Jerry Judy didn't like how polite and graceful Shedeur was. Instead of being thankful that his quarterback covered for him or admitting that he didn't try hard enough on that route, Jeudy chose to confront Shedeur on the sideline and make it a big spectacle. That's really backwards. After the play, Shedeur keeps Jeudy safe. Shedeur publicly assumes the responsibility even if it wasn't his fault. And Judy's answer is to get in his face and start fighting. That tells you all you need to know about Jerry Judy's personality and what he cares about. For the second week in a row, Jeudy is in trouble because of how he acted and how he performed. Last week, he made a terrible mistake when he caught the ball, didn't notice what was going on around him, and got stripped from behind. People were trying to be nice about it, give him the benefit of the doubt, and not add to the problem. But now it's happening again. It's a pattern now, and patterns don't lie. It's evident that Jerry Judy isn't really into the game when you see him play. He isn't putting in his best work. He's not playing every play like a professional receiver should. He runs routes at half speed. He doesn't battle for catches that are up for grabs. He gives up on plays when they don't go exactly as planned. And the worst part is that he doesn't have to answer for any of it. He always thinks that someone else is to blame when something goes wrong. It's never his lack of effort, his bad route running, or his drops. There is always an excuse, like the quarterback, the play calling, the timing, or something else. Shedeur Sanders, on the other hand, is doing everything right. Before the snap, he reads the defenders. He is throwing the ball accurately, even though he is under continual pressure. He knows how to move around in the pocket when the protection fails. At news conferences, he takes responsibility for faults that aren't his. He stands up for his coaches and teammates even when they don't deserve it. He has to run the whole offense while dealing with a receiving group that can't catch the ball all the time and a coaching staff that won't let him really open up the playbook. The level of devotion these two players have is night and day. Every day, Shedeur is ready to work, compete, and get better. He watches more movies. He stays late to work on timing and mechanics with the receivers. He takes responsibility. He is a good leader. He accomplishes everything a good franchise quarterback should do. And what does Jerry Judy do? He jogs through routes, loses throws, and fumbles at the worst situations. Then he has the nerve to criticize his quarterback as if any of this is Shedeur's fault. We need to talk about Kevin Stefanski's part in all of this, because the head coach is really letting Shedeur Sanders down right now. Stefanski keeps calling these aggressive plays at the worst possible times, putting his inexperienced quarterback in awful positions, and then seeming startled when things don't work out. He asks for fourth down tries from his own side of the field, even though his offensive line hasn't been very good this season. He calls daring plays even when he doesn't have the right players or the right situation to back them up. And when such plays don't work, who has to answer the questions? Not Stefanski, Shedeur. The post-game press conference was a great example of this. A journalist questioned Shedeur if he admired Kevin Stefanski's aggressive style on those failed fourth down tries. That inquiry is really rude. They want a rookie quarterback to basically criticize his head coach's choices on live TV? They're attempting to get Shedeur to start a fight, to blame someone, and to throw his coach under the bus. And you know what Shedeur said? He said it out loud. That answer right there shows you who Shedeur Sanders is as a person and as a leader. He added, "First, that's a rude question to ask if I think it was a great call by my coach." He saw the trap right away. He knew that the news was trying to make things more dramatic and separate people. And he ended it with style and professionalism. He said he likes playing out there. He likes to compete. And he won't sit there and blame coaches or teammates. That's what a real leader does. That's a sign that someone knows that keeping the locker room together is more essential than getting good press or safeguarding their own reputation. But here's the part that makes me mad.
Why are the Cleveland media questioning Shedeur Sanders about coaching decisions instead of Kevin Stefanski why he keeps making those judgments? Why are they making the rookie quarterback defend or criticize plays he didn't make? Why aren't they holding the head coach responsible for putting his offense in poor circumstances over and over? This is what the Browns organization and the Cleveland media do wrong. They put all the blame and stress on Shedeur, while Stefanski gets away with it. Stefanski keeps making decisions that don't make sense. He keeps calling plays that put Shedeur in danger. He continues letting receivers like Jerry Judy quit on routes and not take responsibility. He keeps running this really conservative offense that stops Shedeur from demonstrating what he can really accomplish. And when things go wrong, who gets in trouble? Shedeur. Not the coach who called the play, not the receiver who gave up on the route. The offensive line didn't protect him. The first-year quarterback who's trying everything he can to make the best of a bad situation. Think about what Shedeur has to cope with every week. He has a head coach and an offensive coordinator who won't let him throw the ball downfield all the time. He has receivers who drop the ball a lot and give up on routes. His offensive line has been hurt a lot and can't always protect him. His rushing game is so easy to read that defenses stack the box because they know what's coming. And even with all of that, Shedeur is still out there competing, still making plays when he can, and still exhibiting the calmness and leadership that got him drafted in the first place. The commentator who broke down that deep ball to Jerry Judy stated it exactly. If Judy puts his hands up and even tries to get the football, it's probably a touchdown. The throw was there. There was a chance. But Judy didn't do what she was supposed to do. And the worst part is that this is becoming a habit for him. This isn't just one bad play or one mistake. This is a constant lack of effort and responsibility. A player who makes $52 million shows up like he doesn't care if the plays work or not. What was Jerry Judy arguing with Shedeur about when they were on the sideline? What did he have to stand on? He can't be angry about that deep ball because the video shows he gave up on the route. He shouldn't be upset about not getting enough targets because he's dropping the ones that do come his way. He can't complain about the offense not doing well since he's one of the key reasons it isn't. So, what was he really mad about? The truth is that Jerry Judy is probably angry with himself. He's angry that he's not making money. Angry because he's not following through on his contract. Instead of looking in the mirror and taking responsibility, he's attacking the one person who doesn't deserve it. That's why this moment went so wrong for Judy. He thought he could scare Shedeur. He thought he was going to teach the newbie a lesson. He thought he could blame someone else. He didn't do anything but show how insecure, irresponsible, and unable to handle problems he was. And Shedeur didn't even have to say anything. Just being there, being calm, and not getting upset was enough to make Judy look stupid. Jerry Judy's face showed quick regret when he saw Shedeur wasn't going to back down. When he saw that his threats weren't working and that he had just made himself appear horrible on national TV. That will be one of the most important pictures of this Browns season.
It accurately sums just how messed up things are in Cleveland. You have a veteran receiver who isn't doing well and is attempting to criticize a rookie quarterback who is doing better than expected given the circumstances. Someone is failing and takes their anger out on someone who is achieving despite all the problems. Shedeur Sanders just keeps being himself despite it all. Calm, sure, poised, grown up, responsible, and professional. He doesn't have to yell to show that he belongs. He doesn't have to fight back when others are rude or criticize him. He just needs to keep being himself. And that's all you need to know, because the movie doesn't lie. The numbers don't lie. The leaders are honest. Shedeur Sanders is doing practically all of the work for the Cleveland Browns offense. Even though he plays in a system that limits what he can accomplish and has to deal with receivers who can't catch and coaches who won't protect him, Jerry Judy picked the wrong person to test. He felt he was up against a scared newbie who would give up when things got tough. Instead, he stumbled across a young man who had gone through a lot of hard times, criticism, and examination. A young man who can stay calm when other people are losing their cool. A young man who is mature enough to do the right thing even when it would be easy to fight back. A young man who knows that being strong doesn't mean being loud or confrontational. No matter what else is going on, it's important to be true to yourself. Browns fans shouldn't be asking if Shedeur Sanders can take the stress and the mess. He has already shown that he can. The question is whether the Browns will treat him fairly. Are they going to put him with receivers that really want to win? Are they going to hire coaches that will allow him play to his strengths? Will they develop an offensive line that can keep him safe? Are they going to hold veterans like Jerry Judy responsible when they quit en route and cause trouble on the sidelines? If the Browns don't start making changes and backing Shedeur Sanders the way he should be, they're going to waste one of the best young quarterbacks they've had in years. And Jerry Judy needs to learn out quickly that his act isn't working. For someone making $52 million, the drops, fumbles, lack of effort, and bad attitude are all unacceptable. And if you go over to your quarterback on the sideline and tell him he's not doing his job, you're going to get moved or cut. There is no doubt that Shedeur Sanders is made differently, and this is one of those times. Jerry Judy learned the lesson the hard way. You can see he wishes he could take back the whole fight because of the look of regret on his face. And now, everyone in Cleveland knows who the actual boss is. And the experienced receiver isn't the only one making a lot of money. This club is being led by a rookie quarterback who has no help and a lot of class. Here's what I want to know from you. Do you believe the Browns should trade Jerry Judy before he ruins the team's chemistry? Should they start punishing veterans for quitting on routes and making things worse? And most importantly, how long will it take the Browns to recognize that they need to structure this whole offense around helping Shedeur Sanders instead of holding him back? Put all of your ideas in the comments below, since this topic is just getting started. If you think Shedeur Sanders dealt with this scenario with the correct amount of strength and maturity, and if you think Jerry Judy showed how bad this Browns squad is, then hit that like button right now. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of the news on this Cleveland drama. And believe me when I say that this story is far from over. The Browns are at a crossroads. The choices they choose about how to support Shedeur and handle players like Jerry Judy may decide if this team ever breaks its decades-long curse or stays dysfunctional like they have been for a generation.